Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you the step-by-step stage of cutting a joggers pant for female and the top also, with all the bands and how it has been done from the cutting, the drafting as well. So I want you to stay tuned to the end of this tutorial as I will be dropping important and vital informations or tips on making this. And if today is your first time, as I welcome you once again to Audience Fountains Fashion, do well as you subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button if you find this video helpful. Like and share, that is what I mean. And make sure you turn on your notification for future use. So right here is the fabric for this tutorial. That is joggers material, although it has two faces and just like it's gummed, but it stretches. Have you seen? So this is the measurement I'll be using for the top. The shoulder 17, the slip length 22.5, bust 39, slip round 13.5, 11, and the length 28, shape 37, the shoulder slant 2, and neck should be 16, just like shown on the screen. So I folded this into two, and that is, have you seen my button allowance? I decided to keep it this way. That's the button allowance I'm holding. Have you seen? So I folded the back to be in front. So just witness this pattern of how I will cut this. So I will measure my neck measurement to be, have you seen? Just watch carefully. From that back is what I'm measuring to be 3 inches, because there will be a neck that will come up there. Have you seen? Down there came down by 3 inches. That is all for the front. That is the front I'm marking now. For the back, I'm going there by 1.5 inches for the depth, and I will connect that point that way. And now I will notch it there just like that. Have you seen? And I will connect it up to this point I notch. That is the front bodies. I'm marking the neck. So from that back like that, I will impute my shoulder measurement, that is 17 plus half inches sewing allowance, just half inches sewing allowance, and I will mark. Do the same marking down here and connect those 2 points this way. So I will put in the shoulder slant of 2 inches. Have you seen? 2 inches. And I will go down from that point by 8. It shouldn't be too free, because these joggers, I wanted it to be not too free. It's a female own. So the bust there, have you seen, has only 1 inches for the seam allowance. Have you seen? So I put it there. So are you seeing what I'm doing? I hope you understand. So the measurement, the length is 28. So the band I'll be using is like 3 inches. Have you seen? So you have to 28 minus 3 inches. Have you seen? 28 minus 3 inches minus the seam allowance of half inch each. That is 1 inches. Have you seen? So that is how to complete the band. The same measurement I use for the bust is what I will be using for the down, because it's already a free shirt, a little free shirt, and I will take my shape measurements to be, have you seen? Let me bring it forward, 16. Have you seen? So this one doesn't have too much shape, just maybe short 1 inches from the normal bust to have the shape. And I will connect the shoulder line this way. Have you seen? So the armhole, I won't deepen it all, because I will be cutting out them first before deepening the front of this armhole, because it's the front part that is supposed to be that deep. So I will cut it out. Have you seen? I've cut it out, and I will notch that button allowance of the front. Have you seen? Button allowance of the front. So I'm trying to cut it. It's supposed to cut freely, but the material is really stretched. That's why you see that. So I will cut it also like this, and that's all. I will notch this side here to indicate that button space. It's having a zip, that's why you are seeing that button allowance like that. So have you seen? So I've placed the front measurement up, and I'm going in by 3/4 of an inch. I went in for the armhole to be perfect. At the middle of the armhole, I went in by 3/4 of an inch. After cutting it, this is the sleeve I want to make. It's already unfolded, and I will fold it again for the 2 sleeves. So on my previous video, I explained how you can cut a sleeve depending on the measurement. But for this one, it's not a normal shirt. So have you seen? That is 8.5 for the bust. It's supposed to be 9 inches or thereabout. The depth will complete it. That is up to 7 inches. The sleeve slants or depth. Have you seen? So 7 inches down. Now connect it to that point, because after finish sewing it, there will be a shape it will give you that I will drop after this video. So I will confirm my armhole, that is 11. Have you seen? So because of how deep it is, and I reduce it to make sure it doesn't exceed that 11. So my measurement here with the band I'll be using, if it is that 3 inches, I will minus my 3 inches from the 22.5. Have you seen? And I will add from the what I have there 1 inches for the sewing allowance. So have you seen? So here I will keep 11 and add extra inches. The round is big because it's going to have a band, just like you saw on the waist and also the ankle of the dress I showed. So I'll connect it after imputing the slip upper allowance, a measurement, or cut it out. After cutting it out, this is how it looks like. Have you seen? So I will be working on the front part of this dress just as I am trimming it. The back is normal, but I will go in by 1/2 of an inch this way. So have you seen? 1/2 of an inch. Have you seen? So, and I will use my scissor to cut it out just like this. So that is the front. For me not to forget, and for this tutorial, I will be notching it a little notch to let me know that that is the front side of it. That is all for it. And here is the trouser I have folded again. The length 39, waist 30, laps 24, knee 17, round 14, hips, I forgot putting the hips 40, and the crotch is 6 1/4. Wow, 6 1/4, because the trouser is having already a band. So have you seen? So I will, from the waistline, I will minus 1/2 inches just like I did in the other side. My band measurement minus from there, and I add extra 1 inches to make that. So the length again, I will come here. If the length is 30, you minus your band you are using, and you add 1/2 inches. 1/2 inches each for sewing both the band and the bodies. I'll mark the nail. After marking the nail, I will roll those lines. So I have tutorial on this, on how to calculate all your trousers. If you are my subscriber, you might have come across all this. So I will impute my lapse measurement. Have you seen? I will divide it by 2 to get the midpoint. This one is just a revision of what we've been doing. There's a point I want you to get from here. So have you seen? I will mark the midpoint all through, and I will impute my nail measurement. So to check this, just check this tutorial up here. You will see how to get all these measurements. There's a point I just needed to show you before I brought up this pants. So from that crotch measurement, we go up again like this and connect this point. So we measure the waist, that is 30 plus 1 inch sewing allowance for the front, and after all this, I will go up here by half of an inch. It's a female pant, half of an inch. So I have other tutorials that I have made for female pant cutting that if you watch, you will really benefit from, that are well detailed. And this one of them is what is going to show on the screen. We'll connect them like this. So after here, I will still go in by 1 inch. 1 inch. I want the pants to really lap just like you saw when it was displayed. So after connecting it, I'll divide the waist by 4 and take one part where my back extension will come up from. Then I will cut them all through. So the material is really stretched. So I cut the front and the back together, the same measurements. So after that, I will be shifting the front parts, front bodies of this pant up like this. I'll give allowance so that from that point I mark that I divided the waist that I marked with my chalk to this point. I will have my complete waist and sewing allowance. So why I cut this out, the back part again, because I needed this pant to have that joint like a jean trouser, but a little bit shorter at this end point of the hips. So have you seen? So I will mark it like this. If you see the joint, you will see the joint is very close. So I will impute my waist, that is 30 plus 1 inch, because I am not going to be putting or making that from here. I will increase it, bring back the front bodies to really rhyme with it. So I will confirm it. Have you seen? So I will confirm it, and I will draw to connect those points just like this. So now after connecting those points, the sewing of that seam there that I cut out, I will be increasing it by 1 inch to be able to replace that joint. I'll be joining the back bodies to really look like a jean sewing, because I was supposed to sew it all together there like a jean, but the material is too stretched. If I do that, there will be a little puff there, it won't respond well. So that's why I have to cut it out just the way you've seen it. So that is that. So I will impute my measurement just like what I said about cutting a pant, a female pant trouser. That is exactly how I'm getting that. So have you seen the back bodies of this? So if it is not stretching, I could have added inches to this extra. Let me see. So look at the pocket measurement I am making. So the pocket is a bit curved, So I notch it. Let me see. It will be a little C. So that is that. Thank you for watching. If you find this tutorial helpful, don't fail to subscribe to this channel. Have a nice time. See you in our next tutorial. Bye.